here in Robert Wagner Park. So happy to see you all. And one more night of beautiful weather. I'm just hoping tomorrow, it can rain. It can rain. We have a tarpaulin, but it has to stop around 5 o'clock. And we'll be here if it does. Tonight, we have 7 companies. It's 7 o'clock, we have 7 companies. I can't keep with the numbers, but this is the 38th Annual Battery Dance Festival. And it's Battery Dance Company's 44th year. Yeah, people are kind of amazed that a small nonprofit dance company could keep it going that long, but we had our roots right over there on Stone Street. We were there for 8 years. Now you can't even walk down that street because it's a watering hole. No dance, lots of booze. But we moved up to Tribeca. In 1984, we found a wonderful loft. We're still in it. In that loft, we have hundreds of dance companies coming in and rehearsing. We have international groups visiting us. It's a nexus for dance, as is this entire city. So Battery Dance has an international program. We've gone to 70 countries around the world. We find wonderful dancers, wonderful companies wherever we go, and whenever possible, we collaborate with local consuls general and offices of the State Department and anybody that is willing to help us bring these wonderful, talented dancers to you here in this free public forum in Lower Manhattan, one of the most beautiful places that I've ever seen. So thank you for being here. And now I'd like to turn over the mic to Ahmad Salem, the COO and Vice President of Battery Dance, to tell you a little bit more about how we do this.
Thank you. I want to start off by thanking our sponsors of the festival. First, Battery Park City Authority, which controls this park. Thank you for allowing us to put on this festival here with the best backdrop for dance I think anyone can ask for. So thank you, BBCA. Lead sponsor, American Express. We also have our hospitality sponsors, Holiday Inn Manhattan Financial District and the Fairfield Inn and Suites, where all of the international artists that you'll be seeing this week are staying. Goldman Sachs. We've got State Bank of India, which is a big sponsor of the festival, especially our India Day of Dance, Indian Day of Dance, which is August 15th on Indian Independence Day, so be sure to come on that day to check out all of the Indian performers that have traveled all the way from India just to be here. We've also got the Manhattan Borough President Gail Brewer, New York City and Company Foundation, New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, and the New York City Council and Council member Margaret Shen. And we've got Harkness Foundation for Dance, which also has come in to support. It's really a coalition of private, nonprofit and corporate organizations that have come together, and government that have come together to support this free public event. And a big thank you to our volunteer physicians from Weill Cornell Medical, best physicians for dancers anywhere. They're going to be keeping all of our dancers healthy. And I also want to thank the Dutch Consulate and the Dutch Consul General and Dutch Culture USA for supporting the Dutch company that you saw yesterday and you'll again see today. So, if you'd also like to support the festival, you can also make donations at any of the tables. We've got tables on the sides and in front. You can also buy ice cold water there and get your official Battery Dance Festival merchandise. And if you came last year and didn't get merchandise last year, you can pick up some this year. We still have some left over from last year. So, plenty of merchandise for you and hats to protect you from the sun. We want you to share your pictures, share your thoughts about the festival, share whatever videos you have, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, @BatteryDance, #BatteryDanceFestival. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to DJ to introduce the first company.
Once again, good evening, everyone. It's a thrill to see you out here. I was privileged to inherit the program that was put together mostly by Jonathan Ahmad and Natalia Mesa, whom I have replaced as the festival manager. One of the interesting things about dance these days is that dance goes through phases like all art forms do. There's a lot of multi-dimensionality in the dance. We're pleased to present as our first group tonight one that combines live music, spoken word, and dance. They're from Milwaukee. We have 2 companies in on tonight's program, the only two of our domestic companies that are from outside of New York. I want to give you Water Street Dance Milwaukee.
Things ain't been the same since we started singing our notes on different pages. We ain't been the same since you stopped dancing. I promised my little one the world some years ago, and I'm sure he's been crying since I left. I'm sure that I've been dying since I left. You promised your mother you'd stay safe. I promised your father I'd marry you. We've been deep in this ever since we stepped out on that dance floor. Soup hit the edge, you made tears to break his fall, and now you're drowning. And I'm too busy building a boat. You see, we promised Miami a monument. I promised Brooklyn a baby, promised my mama we'd stop fighting, promised your mother you'd stay safe, didn't tell your mother you'd stay with me. That'd be hypocritical, like your mother. You wave your fingers in defense. You wave a flag in a fight. You had my back in a fight. You had my lips in your grip. We had love in our knuckles. We exchanged love like our parents. We exchanged words like we were sailors overseas, or at least overstates. She whipped the work, stove top, the oven baked. She just asked that I pray before I eat. She knew that the game wasn't cooked right since they set the guns off. She called the homies Orochimaru. She seen the snakes still moving. I seen the stars collapse. Such a low grade point average allows grounds for academic dismissal. I felt the rope tighten. Your appeal letter will be reviewed by a board of our faculty members. I seen the sun set. I felt my father's frown. You seen my sword fall, but I felt the rib break. They used the knight to make an example of a pawn. I knew that this king had something to get off his chest. I knew that my castle was missing a brick, so I flipped the brick and I paid for the rent. We conquered Wisconsin on a whim. I helped the bishop move. I seen the cop flash his badge. I copped the plea. I waved the flag. They pointed fingers at the sky. Told the sky that I had too much fire to ever be a sun. I had just enough fire to be a star. You weren't worth my galaxy. You told me it's not healthy to see myself as a god. I told you they only fear me because they don't know me as anything else. I called my mama because I don't know anything else. We called it love because we pretend like we know things, but we don't know each other. I don't know who you are when you're upset. You can't stand me when I've had enough. We've both been trying to stand in the front yard, but we both come from homes with too much makeup sex and a broken foundation. We both only know marriage when the knot is too tight. We only know what not to be. Things only seem the same when you're laying on the dance floor. I'm begging you to get up because you've been reaching to God and retracing your steps with a knife. You've been getting deep. I just wish you knew good music. Father, stretch my hands. We need some Kanye, the old Kanye. Give me a chance. This is chance number 3. We've exceeded the bruises and now we're purple raining. I'm not a prince. I'm a black king. Black jeans on my black queen. If they looking for me, they gonna have to send a SWAT team. But I've been back here building a boat. I promised to give you air. You promised you never stop dancing. We promised we never drown.
Water Street Dance, Milwaukee. There are 30 companies in this festival that we're presenting this week over the course of the 7 days that it runs. 10 of them come from outside the United States. And we're very proud and have a long tradition of presenting dance from all over the world and also working in dance all over the world. Battery Dance has worked in 70 different countries. 20 of the companies come from the United States. Of the 20 companies that come from the United States, 8 of the choreographers that we're going to be presenting, actually hail from outside the United States and have made their homes in New York, perhaps the greatest city for dance in the world, and work here. The next company, John Ole Olsted, is from Norway. We're presenting 2 solos of his, Jack Together, John Ole Olsted.
She speaks like the wind. She holds at the moon. She runs like the sun in the winter. She's not coming on soon.
Our next choreographer comes from North Carolina originally, but has been in New York, came to New York as soon as she could, as soon as she graduated from the North Carolina School of the Arts. She creates worlds. The company is celebrating its 10th anniversary this year with a concert at John Jay College, opening on September 13th. Completely new work. Mari Mead, Dance Company,